want to make that very, very clear. None of these had any validity at all.
That's Governor Mike DeWine just hours ago talking about the continued threat of violence in the city of Springfield. 33 threats, all determined to be a hoax. He announced that Highway Patrol troopers will be sweeping school buildings every morning and stay at those schools throughout the day.
Now, we know threats have been made to public schools, hospitals, and city services, and all since the presidential debate last Tuesday, where former President Trump spoke about immigration in Springfield. The first threat happened on Thursday, September 12th, when City Hall, BMV locations, and 2 schools were threatened. In the next 3 days, a middle school and 2 elementary schools received threats. 2 hospitals and local universities all receiving threats as well. Now, this is the 5th day in a row that businesses and public offices have received threats in the Springfield area. So thank you for joining us for 10 TV News at 5. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Andrew Kinsey. 10 TV's Colin Dorsey was there at that press conference a short time ago and joined us live with more on these changes that will be implemented there. Colin.
Right, there are some noticeable changes in security since I was here just last week. For one, there are these guard towers from the Department of Public Safety set up. That one is here right across from City Hall. I also noticed armed guards on top of the City Hall building and an increase in State Highway Patrol troopers and their vehicles in and around Springfield. Governor DeWine today, he said there have been at least 33 threats called into the city of Springfield just in the past week. 2 of those today forced the evacuation of 2 Springfield elementary schools. Threats have put an immense strain on local law enforcement because they have to respond to every single one of these and do sweeps. Now the Department of Public Safety and State Highway Patrol are adding additional resources into the city, including 36 members of the Highway Patrol's field force to do daily sweeps of school buildings.
We're going to be here for as long as we need to be to help our partners out, because the one thing that we do know is when we all work together, it turns out better.
When parents drop off students or when students come to school, they will be there.
A state bomb dog is also being put in Springfield so that the city doesn't have to wait on a crew with a dog to come in from either Columbus or another nearby city. And also, when I asked Governor Mike DeWine about Attorney General Dave Yost amplifying some of these rumors on social media, the governor did not specifically condemn those comments, instead saying there's a conversation that needs to be had about illegal immigration at the border. Live in Springfield, Colin Dorsey, 10 TV News.
All right. Thank you, Colin. Now, the latest threats happened just a day after vice presidential candidate and sitting Ohio Senator J.D. Vance doubled down on claims about immigration in Springfield.
10 TV's political reporter Doug Petcast joining us now with more on his comments. Doug.
Well, Andrew and Yolanda, Vance condemned the threats of violence, but on Sunday morning news shows, he said he continues to talk about the claims of immigrants eating pets to draw attention to Vice President Harris's immigration policies, which he says led to a massive influx of immigrants into Springfield. Today, I talked to some voters and a political strategist about Vance's latest comments.
This is the comment in question from Trump running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance.
If I have to create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do. It comes from firsthand accounts from my constituents. I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it.
We played the clip for several people on the campus of Columbus State Community College.
It's terrible. I mean, I'm not surprised though, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know, we've seen similar rhetoric before.
That's nasty. And I don't think he should be saying that.
I just feel like he just want to do anything to win the election, you know? He just really just talking that talk.
Dima Anayami is supporting Trump and Vance in this election.
Okay, so where do we go from now? Are you lying? Are you telling the truth and making us doubt ourselves for being with you? Just tell us the truth and we're with you.
The comments and the focus on unfounded claims about immigrants bring up a question for longtime Republican strategist Terry Casey.
How do you get a presidential campaign focused on the substantive issues, because those are harder to report and harder for the candidates to offer their detailed solution?
City and state leaders say Springfield does face real challenges to its health care, schools, and public safety because of an influx of as many as 15,000 immigrants in recent years. Governor DeWine has even directed $2.5 million to help ease some of the burden. I asked Casey if it's a good political move to keep amplifying the claims.
Good or bad, immigration is one of the top 2 or 3 issues with most Americans, along with the economy and inflation. So in some ways, it's a distraction, but in some ways it brings up the question of what have been our past immigration policies.
Now, about Vance's and Trump's continued pushing of this narrative, Springfield Mayor Rob Rue said in an interview with CBS News, quote, "If they just backed off their words a little bit, this could help our environment. We need help, not hate." Andrew?
All right, thank you, Doug. 10 TV verified the claims made in last week's debate about immigrants and found it was not true. You can find this article with information from local officials on 10tv.com/verify. It's there on the homepage.